Good evening, people. Welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. We're going to discuss the king, the gold standard today, Bitcoin. We're looking at the weekly time frame, a bit more of a zoomed out perspective. And let me just reaffirm, it's been pretty crazy, right? The past few weeks. Let's not lie. You know, it's kind of pulled everyone's pants down a bit. There was such euphoria a few weeks ago, you know, when Bitcoin took out the previous all-time high and we had the halving, and you know, since then, again, it's just pulled everyone's pants down. And I'm not even going to describe what's happened to alts. But this isn't, for me personally, from what I'm looking at right here, this isn't anything out of the ordinary. And we haven't lost key macro trend support. We haven't pulled back to it. I don't understand what all the fuss is about. I really don't. I mean, until Bitcoin starts to lose key structure, what's to worry about? Now, for example, let me reassure you here, if we go off current data and current price action for Bitcoin from this all-time high back down to the low of this correction, we've had about a 23% pullback. If we look at prior corrections in this uptrend that we've been coming up in very healthily, you'll see that other pullbacks have been of relatively the same size, about 21%, 22%. On the way up here from these highs to their lows, they've been about 20%, 22%. So there's a little average going on here, and you can see that these corrections within the uptrend are relatively normal. So should we be panicking right now? Again, this can change. Of course it can change. And we're going to look at that in a second. But right now, currently speaking, this nice little wick that, you know, the buyers are trying to come in here and pushing the price, pushing this candle back up this week. Can they maintain it? Who knows? But at the moment, currently speaking, there isn't anything out of the ordinary that's screaming at me, pack your bags and go. In fact, if you would have loaded up around these prices every time these pullbacks occurred, you would have, well, since 2022, if you'd got in on every one, you'd have been in profit by a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's you get the gist, guys. But again, this is only one factor that we're examining here, and I think we need to look at multiple points of view. So again, that's one thing that's pointing to the fact that, okay, this could be the local low, this wick that we've put in here around 56k, and if we do start to hold support here and turning things around, bravo, it's wicked, amazing, and this correction's in. But if we get rid of what we've just got on the charts here and we have a look a little bit further, if we zoom into the daily, what you will notice is Bitcoin had a range of support that it was holding for a few months. So from February all the way until last week, we was holding around the 60k mark, 60 to 61k. You can see we have multiple touches within this red zone, and we've actually currently lost that, and potentially hello boy, sorry, you can hear my cat in the background. Potentially we're running back into this, and if we meet this as resistance, I think that, again, the bearish case scenario here is that we pull back and we start coming back to deeper levels. Now, where could we look for support if that was the case? Again, losing this key level of support isn't exactly good. Now, could this be a deviation point from this low and Bitcoin does start to bounce up here and come back to these highs? Yes, that's a potential. And we could say that what we've gone through here is some sort of large A, B, C wave, okay, and then you could start making this recovery, and this is a deviation out of this support of which it would just jump back through. That is a potential case, but again, if we do meet this as resistance at 60k, 61k, then I would think we're pulling back to another key area of support, and this is a very important area for Bitcoin. If we do start to see a retracement, I think we will sort of see a pullback towards the sort of 52 to 53k range, back down, because if you look at the previous correction for Bitcoin, sorry, let me just get my brush out. If we look at the previous correction where we came back and then we sort of melted out, okay, and we took this high out, which was Bitcoin's previous high at 48k, we melted through that, we ran into 52, 53, pulled back very quickly and just exploded, and since tackling out of this high, we haven't back tested it for support yet. So is this where Bitcoin's really trying to get to, and losing this key level of previous support is giving the game away here, saying that, hey, we're looking to come back down to 53k. I think that's a potential. If we don't get our asses back above 60, 61k, I think we're potentially going to run into this as resistance and pull back to 53. Now, again, if we look at wave count from this local high where we've put in this lower high here, you could say that this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, we've just had a wave 3. If we fail to get back above 60, 61k, this could be a really short wave 4, looking for your final 5th wave, pulling back down to 53k. Another thing that's really important to point out is that the 53k range from this 74k high back down to this low, you can see that 53k is the 050, so that's the golden ratio on the fib as well. So there's another confluence point here saying, hey, look, we could be in this 5-wave correction here, losing key support that we've held for a couple of months, looking for a final push down to 53 before really getting our asses in gear and taking off. And again, that is a highly potential play here. Again, if Bitcoin can't get back above 60, 61k, and we start hitting our heads on that, the more you hit your heads, the less likely you are to break through it. It's saying, hey, I'm a fucking wall. You're not going anywhere. Go back down. So this is where we could look for. So the 60, 61k range right now is our key area to break through. If we break through that and hold above it, we're looking good for continuation. If we hit our heads on this and create a wave 4 right now, fail to break above 60, 61, then I think we're looking for a pullback to 53k. That's it from me, short, sweet and simple. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please do like, comment and subscribe. From Chart Nerd TA, take care, peace out.